I may hate drama in my life, but I love talking about the drama in yours.
I may watch too much reality TV, but you're listening to me talk about it. Hey everyone, I'm Funmi.
And I'm B.
And you have tuned into this wonderful podcast.
RealiTEA-V.
Yes. We are here again.
Yes, another week.
To discuss some madness and craziness and pettiness and ratchetness. And a pinch, tiny amount of classiness in some ways.
Right.
But before we get into that, how was your week, B?
Oh, pretty good. Can't complain.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. My week was interessante.
Oh, that's good.
But in a good way.
That's good.
And we do have news this week, so we'll get into that at the end of the episode. So just kind of dive on into this episode. So
right.
I know we left off last week. We ran out of time. So we're going to start off with Married to Medicine.
Yes.
Because they had their season finale.
Yes.
And I was talking to my friend earlier. She was just asking about, do you think marriages crumble because of reality TV? And I'm like, honestly, no.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just because of that.
Right.
I told her I pretty much feel like when people go into doing reality TV, I don't think they really understand what they're getting themselves into before they do it. Mm-hmm. Especially married couples.
Yeah.
And, especially when it comes to men, women, there are some women out there who they don't care about marriage, rings, licenses, kids, all that kind of stuff. They will still go after a man that has some type of influence, significance, title, whatever the case may be. So having these issues with like Curtis, with Dr. Jackie, and allegedly something's going on with Dr. G.
Yeah.
But we have to it's something that they clipped together from the reunion. Of course, they always clip things in a certain way to make you think something happened. But who else? Peter, Kirk.
Yeah.
There's always a situation where a woman has come up.
Yeah.
Not necessarily saying that a woman has never been an issue before they got on camera.
Right.
But it gets worse. And then it kind of makes guys' ego get a little bit big.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What were your thoughts on that?
No, I mean, infidelity in marriages is something that happens not to everyone, but to a lot of people who have never even came close to being on a reality TV show.
Right.
So I think you might have where people know you more, but
right.
Honestly, and it isn't even Dr. Jackie's fault, but the problems that it seems that Curtis was having was the fact that, Dr. Jackie's busy being Dr. Jackie and not my wife. So even if they were never on a show, his infidelity still would have happened in some other way, shape, or form. But
I mean, what I did tell her is I feel like I said, I don't think it's reality TV in itself caused their marriage to end. I just think that it's a huge magnifying glass on the issues that they already had before. So kind of bringing up the Curtis Jackie situation, I'm pretty sure he's felt like that for the past 15 years that they were married.
Right.
And it just comes to a head. And then at that point, he has easy access to women. That's just coming all over the place. And of course, it probably wouldn't have been as easy if they weren't on TV. Of course, it definitely would have been as public, especially these days where people pull out their phone with the quickness and it's uploaded in 2 seconds.
Right.
And whether you delete it or not, everybody has a copy of the video.
Yeah.
So it's just, I feel like if they're going into a situation where they're going on TV and there are not situations resolved before that or talked about before that, then it's just going to get magnified and ultimately maybe end the marriage sooner than if they weren't on TV.
Yeah. It's like, and then the show is called Married to Medicine, so the cameras aren't really so much, they're more focused on your personal life rather than your business or just your interaction with the women. I mean, I'm not going to say it has no effect, because let's say you guys do have like a situation in your marriage that you guys are like, oh, you need to work on, yet you have this house guest that's like in your house and bugging you and making it harder for you to really work on your issues. Then in that sense, yes, there being cameras and production in your house and them trying to probably get you to talk about a certain thing when you're not ready to talk about it, or bringing up issues, or them being production, possibly working their magic to, you know, slightly stir the pot to create or magnify issue, however that works. So I don't think it's the cause, but I definitely do think it hurts. That's why even when some people do get on reality shows and they're like, fuck no, I'm not putting my relationship out here. I'm like, you know what? If you are still able to secure your show on this reality show and not put that aspect of your personal life, my personal opinion, more power to you.
True. I think you got to kind of decipher, if you are going to participate in a show, what you guys want to speak about and what you guys don't.
Because once production finds a hole and it looks good for ratings, sad to say, they're not going to respect your marriage or respect your privacy. They're going to do what they can to exploit it. That's just the real deal. Like even last season or 2 seasons ago, when the whole Lisa, Nicole, and Darren situation, there was never a talk or anything of him being checked out of it, not checked out, but him cheating on her, or them even having problems, until they went on a couples retreat, and him just amongst his friends being like, yeah, these are the problems that we went through before we were married. And from that episode on, that was like stops, all it's so it's, you got to be ready for that too. Like a reality show, 90% of the time, it thrives on drama. So if your relationship hits a patch where it's like something for them to find, they're going to use it.
I mean, that even expands to just entertainment couples or any type of couple that has any significant amount of time in front of other people, i.e. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Denzel, his wife. You know, a lot of the couples where all their business isn't out there usually thrives longer.
Right.
So, I mean, we have the little elevator thing situation, you know, with Beyonce, Solange, and Jay-Z. But ultimately, you don't really hear anything about them that can be confirmed.
No.
It can be rumors all they want, but even when the rumors come out, unless she puts something in the song referring to one of the rumors, even then you still can't confirm it.
Yeah.
But she just kind of, well, y'all gonna make these rumors? I'm about to make money off of it. Let me put it on the song. But it just kind of, you kind of see, okay, do I want to really put my life out there? If I do, then how can I filter?
Right. Because, it's for better or for worse.
Yeah. So even then, I know at the towards the end of the episode, Dr. G and Quad were in like the little interview part, and they kind of got into it. And she said throughout, well, do you want to get divorced? He was like, why are you talking about this right now on TV? She's like, why are you on a reality TV show? He said, I did it for you. So once again, before you go into a reality TV show and you're married, you need to have a long, in-depth conversation. Yeah. And say, is this something that we want to do? If it's a maybe, what are the hesitations?
Yeah. If it's a maybe, then it needs to be a no.
It needs, ultimately, it does need to be a no, because somebody can be in their feelings and bring up something anyway. And then you're kind of stuck with having to explain yourself especially on Bravo, you're going to have a reunion that's going to come up. So, yeah. Dr. Jackie's situation, there was no not talking about it. And I want to say out of all the women, she's probably the most reserved in talking about certain situations, or she knows how to pick and choose how much she divulges in the details.
Right.
But it seemed that Cecil and Simone were doing better, but I mean, we all know from the reunion she announced that she filed for divorce and things of that nature. So, I mean, that's kind of sad, but I mean, they, like I said, their problems have been going on way before cameras. Yeah. So, but I don't think there's really much else to talk about this show.
No.
I mean, okay, we just wait for the reunion. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot more coming out from that.
Right.
Now that people have watched the whole season. Well, this is recorded a couple weeks ago probably, but pretty much watched the rest of the season and can kind of have their rebuttals and their comeback lines and whatnot. So, I honestly don't understand why Mariah's still on the show or keeps coming up.
Right. It's like she comes out like a vampire. Like, I'm here for special appearances only. But, yeah.
Last time I checked, she wasn't under that EP list in the credits. So, I mean, unless it's so you get a check.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I know she was pregnant, she was pregnant with twins, I believe.
Yeah.
And I know she had to take like a break, but except for those like New Orleans episodes and the one at her house and the scene at Contessa's house, there's not really much going on with Mariah.
Yeah.
So, I know she's not in a title sequence or whatever, but it's like...
she probably signed on for like a part-time or guest starring.
I guess.
So...
I mean, Carrie pops up, but she's literally there for the party, and she doesn't try to come and do interviews or try to come on the reunions or anything like that. She just kind of, I guess... And you know, it's funny because the people who don't last, who only stay for like one season... They pretty much do it, and they're like, this is not what I expected, and I like my privacy. I like people not being in my business. I like not people that I don't know, not having opinion about my life. So let me try to go back. And then within a season or two, they're pretty much forgot about unless they bring up a clip or a flashback or something, and then ultimately they're forgotten really fast. So I know. I wonder what was the reason behind Lydia getting back on Orange County.
I mean, I guess.
Oh, you know what?
You know what was bringing back old housewives.
No, you know what they said? They said that she only came back because of Nobleman, the magazine, to get that out there, allegedly.
Okay.
So, I'm like, it's not a bad reason,
right?
It's a reason,
right?
I don't really see any other type of good reason. Like, oh, I missed the show. It's like, well, she only did it for what?
One season.
Ooh. As if Gretchen was still on there, but it's just, I feel like this is just the age of reboots and comebacks. Yeah, shows are being rebooted, housewives are coming back, sitcoms are trying to come back. Yeah, movies are being remade or a part 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like it's a little bit too much though. Yeah, but we can move on to. I completely forgot to watch Miami.
Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, I just wanted to watch other things.
Yeah.
I mean, I already saw clips of Veronica Vega acting like a dumbass, so...
She's just pure ignorance. She's trash. No, bitch, we are all not black. You are not black. I don't know who's told you that in your life. And just the whole... I don't know, something about people that are not African American saying nigga just it kind of makes my skin like itch. A little crawly. Yeah. Because I'm like, I know that I saw like something on social media where it was like and I don't even know if other races use like these slang terms towards other cultures, and I'm not even going to repeat them, but it's like, yeah, like it says something like, well, Asians have this or Hispanics have this, and I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know, because I don't say them at all. Right. And it's like, but for some reason, the N-word is the only word that every other race wants to be like, well, I should be able to say it because I'm a minority too. And it's like, I don't even halfway sometimes like black people.
I mean, that's kind of the point what Dr. Contessa was bringing up to Toya about her husband, you know, referring to everybody acting like niggas. Yeah. And how she was so offended. And Toya was like, there's no point in give. She wanted to give him a book, pretty much like the history, the reason, like the backstory of using this word.
Right.
And so, just like I was saying last episode before, even though you guys, other non-black people hear black people say it, does not mean that all black people are going to be okay with you calling them that. Right. Even if it's just for a quote-unquote term of endearment.
Right.
You will get slapped. Right. Because ultimately, those people that don't want to be called that, they feel it is solely out of disrespect and racism, and that's all that it means to them.
Right.
And so...
Which is totally understandable.
It is totally understandable. I mean, the ones that want to... They use it and don't mind being called that as a term of endearment. I mean, they just redefined it and kind of on their own. But ultimately, especially if you're not black...
Yeah.
You need to keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah.
And so... I understood where Dr. Contessa was coming from because she was like, no. Even Dr. Jackie in the actual episode was like, we fought so hard not to be called that. And
yeah, and I get that. But then in Dr. Who said it? Toya's husband.
Yeah.
In his defense, y'all do get on TV and act like niggas. Y'all go to these beautiful places, these beautiful restaurants. Y'all have these beautiful ass expensive parties. And because you didn't RSVP to my party, or because of this, like, you get on TV and you act a fucking ass. Mariah and Toya, y'all fighting. And Mariah, your mama is jumping in. You're acting uncouth. You're acting like a nigga. That's just my opinion. And
And Dr. Contessa's rebuttal to that is, why does it have to be referred to as niggas? Why can't it just be, we don't act right? Yeah. There's no other, she was pretty much saying, there's no other race where they refer to themselves as a racial term that other people use to define them.
Yeah.
And that's what I think she was telling to Toya. Like, I understand why he used it.
I thought he said y'all was acting like some bitches. Oh. That's what I thought he originally said. I was like, well, yeah. Either way, I was like, him saying it might have really been like a, oh my God, like, did you just really say that?
Mm-hmm. Because I wish I had the whole, like, thing of what she said, but everything she said really made sense. Yeah. Because it's like, sometimes we forget the origin of stuff.
Right.
Just like we forget the origin of the term ghetto.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what you think it is.
Right.
It's something completely different. Now, nigger is something that's evolved many times over the years.
Right.
And so, but now it's getting to the point where people like Veronica Vega, who thinks she can change the term and feel like it means poor or hood or ghetto.
Or say somebody, well, at the end of the day, we all black. No, we are not. Like,
it's funny how she uses an excuse as we all came from Africa as an excuse, but yet talk shit about him. It doesn't add up.
Right.
It doesn't add up.
Where I'm from, there's only two cultures, real and fake. No, that's a stupid culture because that's not correct at all. Like that.
Does she know what culture means?
No.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know what's wrong with her. Like, you're not gonna work with Young Hollywood anymore. It's like,
Young Hollywood don't even work with Young Hollywood.
I mean, he's not anybody that people are really, really, really checking for.
And even though you ain't gonna work with Young, well, she still got the multi-million-dollar deal.
Does he even have any Grammys behind any songs?
I don't think so. Like, she's the breakout star of this season. Like,
yeah, she got signed the day after the dang show started.
Right. She's on countless TV shows and interviews. Like, I haven't
She's been on The Real twice.
Yeah, I'm like, I haven't seen you on anything. So clearly her not working with Young Hollywood ain't stopping nothing on Amada Zan. So whatever. But yeah, that's a dumb girl.
I'm trying to figure out he even has like a Grammy.
Like, I don't even know if he's had a Grammy. I know he said like he's worked with like a lot of people on the Hispanic scene.
The Latin music scene. Yeah, they had Latin Grammys. You can still get one from there.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know like he said he has worked with some people. I think Pitbull as well, but I don't know.
He don't even have a Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Oh,
either way, I mean, and yeah, at the end of the day, even if he had 15 Grammys, at the end of the day, who are you to sit here and be like, you ain't gonna work with such and such? Like, at the end of the day, like,
and she was like, my friend. It's like, you are such that traitor bitch that no one wants to have anything to do with.
I don't know. I just feel like people be same way with Shay. Like, you ain't gonna work with Scrappy on it. Like, you sound stupid trying to, unless that's like your husband or like your blood relative that like you know for 100% fact that like you having conflict with this person is about to make the other person be like, nope, can't work with you. Like, just shut up, because you sound stupid trying to delegate what the next person is or isn't gonna do. Like, you just sound stupid.
And it winds up being, Mimi did that with CBJ. Jocelyn did that with Stevie J. Kimbella did that with Jules. What's her name?
Lyrica did it with A1.
With A1. It's like, you can't, it's, even though, yes, females be trifling, I understand that. But at the end of the day, they're going to pick business. If they feel like can get some money from a song with somebody that you don't really care for, most of the time, they're really going to just pick the money.
Right.
So, and then again, it's like, if you feel that way about one person, one female or one lady, one woman, you're going to feel like that with a multitude of them.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, you're just going to stop the money that should be coming to you too, especially if you're married. So, it's like, if you don't feel like you can trust your man not to do anything, that's really the issue.
Right. But it's like the women, like, for this season, it's like, you're not even in a relationship with them.
Yeah.
Like, you just cool with that person. Like, you ain't never gonna work. Like, who are you? Like, you sound stupid.
Like, yeah.
Like, Scrappy, you have absolutely no right to say.
Scrappy been around for 48 hours. She's already telling him that he can't work for certain females because she tried to whip my ass. He's like, what does that have to do with me?
Yeah.
And did she feel like his motive was to get, was she really going to get back together with him? Like, I don't understand Shay's low self-esteem and self-worth. I mean, she was like, oh, it's not going to be that simple, but yet you have so much emotion about a woman you just barely met or tried to fight.
Yeah.
About him being around her.
Makes me lose brain cells. Yeah, I don't know.
It didn't make any kind of sense at all. But back to another show. I mean, I'm only referring to clips for that show anyway.
Yeah.
we can like liven it up a little bit because I did kind of laugh a lot with Vanderpump Rules from last night. I feel like not Lisa Vanderpump on Beverly Hills show, but Lisa Vanderpump on Pump Rules. I feel like she's one of those like really, really, really motivating type of bosses.
Right.
Because the fact that she has just let them into Villa Rosa.
Right.
And be like, just come to my house. Wow. is a huge ass thing. Mm-hmm. Granted, yes, they're probably, well, she said some of them have been working for like 8 years. So yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of them aren't just working there to be on TV. I'm pretty sure the newer ones are. But especially from the first season, they've been knowing Lisa for a while. But the fact that she like upgrades their rooms or pays for a private dining room at Mr. Chow's, and she really does a lot for them. You know, coming into an idea of being partners with Tom and Tom. I feel like, man, if there were more rich people or wealthy people who are more like her, people be doing a lot better in their life. Because she's really like, I want you to, or giving Stassi the ability to be an event planner.
Right.
All your friends are worth 10 million plus, and it's, oh, this party was lovely. Can you do my party too? Before you know it, you're doing another event where the budget's like $2 million.
Right.
So I feel like she's really great in that aspect. Like, she really wants everyone to succeed. Like, she's like, my success is your success. And for that, I really do commend her on that. And just giving everybody knowledge that she's learned over the past 30 years in, you know, evening and business owning and all that stuff with Ken.
Right.
But then Tom tried to fuck it up.
Yeah, of course.
Being in Vegas, I don't know why it was such a bright idea to have Jax come along. Because it just made the whole situation worse. I feel like it would have been a little bit better if Jax wasn't there. Yeah. And it was just the two couples with Ariana and Katie. But they were late for a meeting.
Of course. Of course they were.
All because it's my birthday. I'm in Vegas. I'm like, you're only in Vegas because of this business meeting. Right. And you just turned it into a birthday trip at the same time. Right. And Jax is like, oh, I'm just going to make sure that I can supervise. Okay. And Lisa's like, you're full of shit. Right.
Oh, my goodness.
But when she's giving you the opportunity to sit in a meeting to where her wine is going to be at the Caesar's Palace in Vegas, it's kind of a big-ass deal because guess what? You can have a direct connection with the same person. Yeah. And I know Ariana was trying to do, like, a bartending book or something like that. Why would you fuck that up? Like, there's just some things you have to be able to not act like a child.
Yeah, I'd like to say they'll learn, but...
No, never do.
But they'll still keep being given opportunities, so I guess... Whatever.
Very true. I mean... all right. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Sheena. I laughed, and it was entertaining because it's entertaining in the sense, like, I've never known that a woman can be this dumb. Actually, her and Brittany this episode. Yeah. Because Sheena is just like, he would never say that. Never. No. She said that she knew that she should have never married Shay.
Of course, yeah. Now
she says that.
I should have never married you. But when he proposed, I'm the only one of my friends that are engaged. Like,
I'm just so happy and it's so great. And
you know what I think she thought with this relationship? I think she thought it was going to be like Kim and Chris Humphries. And then a few months later, well, a little bit longer than a few months later, Kim turned around and found Kanye, and that was really her happily ever after. I think she thought it was going to be like, hi, you know what? I could just get rid of Shay. It never happened. It was a mistake. Now I'm about to go over here to this rich man that's well off, and we're going to fall in love, and I'm going to have my happily ever after. And it's like, no.
When it comes to Sheena and Rob, I know they're not together now, but when they broke up the first time or parted ways the first time, I really have a strong feeling that Rob was the one that ended it.
Yeah.
And she was just kind of longing for him.
Yeah. But
she was like, oh, well, Shay's just here. And then when they did like a flashback clip of her being in the studio, she was like, yeah, me and Shay actually recorded here. I'm like, I think that's why she got with him, because he was in the music industry and she felt like she could utilize that for her own deftone ways. Oh. And
that makes sense.
I kind of was like, you know what? That makes more sense than her just saying, I love him. Because after her divorcing him and being with Rob, she was like, yeah, this is the kind of lifestyle I live in. Not no small 2-bedroom and...
But girl, you're a waitress. So what do you mean, what lifestyle? It's the lifestyle you are accustomed to. Like...
brokenness.
Right. When you were sleeping with Brandy Glanville's husband, that was his money. Like, what... I don't get it. Like, you live in LA. Like, there's only doing really good and really poor. Yeah. Even when you have a great paying job. We know really this because, between, right. So when you say I'm used to this lifestyle or of a certain caliber, it's like, but you're a waitress at a restaurant. You just started doing reality TV and they don't pay you that well. So what were you doing before this show started to where you had this lifestyle that was just so above you and a 2-bedroom apartment in West Hollywood?
I feel like since she's always been messing with people that had more money, I felt like she knew deep down in her heart that she would finally marry someone who had that kind of money. Right. So when she got with Shay, I feel like he was just kind of there and he liked her more than she liked him. Yeah. And she was just like, well, I guess so because, you know, I'm on the show and right. I guess so because you're in the music industry. So right. I guess
you're really nice to me.
I guess I marry. I feel like she's lying, saying that she never knew that he was a pill addict. Right. There's no way in hell. I feel like she really used that as a way out once she figured out that him and his music wasn't going to pan out like she really felt like it would. And then she was like, oh yeah, Rob, hey, how are you? You know, things aren't really going great in my marriage. Maybe, you know, I really miss you. Like that type of bullshit. Because it was like a couple, she wasn't even officially divorced. Yeah. Yet before she got with Rob. Yeah. And she treats his city home like hers. She treats the Big Bear home like it's hers. Like everything automatically is hers. They already picked a name out for their child. They've already picked out what kind of, you know, wedding that they would want. But yet he's telling people he hasn't said, I love you back. Even though she's like, well, I know he's not affectionate. He doesn't say it, but I know he loves me. How? Because he puts a TV up on the fucking wall in 7 minutes?
Maybe he writes her a little note.
Saying what?
Maybe he writes the note saying he loves her. And she's like, well, he's never said it. But he's written it, damn it, in permanent marker. With all caps.
Like it's a text, like an email.
Right.
I'd much rather you send me an email.
Right.
But it's just, you're just as insecure. And then it's like, okay, she was talking all this shit about Lala when she first came up on the scene. It's like, secretly not even secretly, you called a couple to get a divorce. Yeah. And Glanville probably still wants to beat your ass. So, I mean, she'll probably say something like, I'm going to knock them teeth out again. Oh. Because maybe she got in that car accident. Yeah, lost her teeth. And, I don't know, in Britney, oh my God.
Yeah, it's like,
how could any woman think that a man that cheated on her with one of her, not only one of her coworkers, but she was actually a friend. Called you a bitch. Tried to tell you that you're full of, you're just messy because you tried to out him at a party because he was saying all this shit about how he wasn't attracted to you anymore. He didn't want to marry you. He didn't want to have kids with you. And yet you think you're pregnant and you find out you're not, but yet you say, I feel like he'll be a good father because he's young at heart.
What does that even mean?
What does that even fucking mean? Like, is that what the new role fathers are these days? Just to be
young at heart? I mean,
young at heart is not.
Charles Manson might have been young at heart.
Oh my God.
I don't think him.
Norman Bates is probably young at heart.
Right. I don't think that qualifies
as
father material.
No.
But you know what? Go ahead.
And then she jokes. She's like, "But I'll probably do everything." It's like, okay, all right. So he said he was 10 to 15% disappointed when he found out that she was just like messing around with him, giving him a pregnancy test as if she was pregnant. Like, it's not even fucking funny.
It's
like,
not. Y'all are sad. Y'all are a joke.
This is probably maybe 2-3 months after this whole thing with, what was her name? Faith. And you're over here disappointed that you're not pregnant. But let a black girl do that, though. And she be all types of hoes. And
right.
And single mom.
You dumbass ratchet hoe.
Yeah. But a white girl from Kentucky. You know what else she said? She's like, yeah, if we were in Kentucky, you probably have like 2 or 3 kids right now. I'm like, what does the location have anything to do with what your uterus is going to do?
Yeah. I had watched a clip of one of her shows, and I guess they went somewhere on her little spinoff show, and her ex-boyfriend popped up. When I say fine-ass black man with dreads and I was like...
She went from that to Jax?
Yes, he was a very, very good-looking black man. I said, wait, what?
To Google, I go.
Like, I was just really like, so this is...
Brittany.
Okay. Well, that's cool. Go ahead. Do you. Yeah, that was,
what?
Yeah, even that show, I clips, because they're just, I don't think I could be friends with them, because just listening to them talk, and then listening to Lala trying to talk to Sheena to be like, okay, let's just say he did say it, but he didn't. Okay, let's just say he did, hypothetically. It's like she's a little child. It's like...
She's so defensive to the point where you really feel like deep down inside she
like,
knows.
You're just trying to convince yourself at this point.
Yeah.
Because you ain't trying to convince me.
No.
Because, yeah, and it's like, yeah.
I mean,
it was sad. It's sad to see. Makes me cringe.
I mean, the whole point of being in the pretty steady relationship that has a pretty good foundation is being on the same page.
Right.
And you can't say things like, oh, well, even though he didn't say it, I know it. That's not how it's not how any of this works.
No, which is why y'all not together.
I need to be able to say things to you and you say them back, or we know exactly where our relationship is going. And he's said this out of his mouth to his homeboy, so he wasn't lying, that he doesn't use that ever so easily.
Right.
And he's not going to say it, and he likes you as a person, loves you as a person, but you don't play around with that word.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure he's felt like you played around with that word. Because he puts the TV up on the wall. Oh, I love you. He makes you breakfast. Oh, I love you. He puts gas in the car. Oh, I love you. It's like, okay, all these things that you love him, you can actually do for yourself.
Right.
There's no reason to fall in love with a man for things that, I mean, that makes no sense to me.
No.
If that was the case, everybody would be in love.
It'd be nice, but...
And no one would be a dick.
Right.
Even murderers probably open the door for you when you walk in.
That'd be nice, too. You go first, though. I insist.
You're going to put a knife in my back.
Right.
But it's just, it was like, what? I'm watching this like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
It's like, this a white people thing? Have you ever heard any of our friends go that extreme?
No.
About being in love and...
No.
If anything, it's like making excuses is one thing. But not fake love.
Yeah.
No, that's just absolutely weird. But moving on, I know also in the last episode, I was going to tell you guys about Love After Lockup. Mm-hmm. Now, this show was interesting. By the time I watched it, it was already done. So I did a little binging. You know, it doesn't even qualify when it's like a season.
Yeah.
It's what? A marathon.
Yeah,
we're gonna call it a marathon.
Yeah.
So I did a little marathon with Love After Lockup just because I kind of ran out of stuff to watch. And I was just really, really wondering how anyone would say, you know what, I am lonely. Mm-hmm. I have been single for X amount of months or days or years, and I just want to find a companion. Mm-hmm. Let me go on this website with inmates and find my partner that's still in jail. And I don't know how long I'm waiting. So yeah, one black woman, she waited 6 years, allegedly, because I have something to tell about her story. Mm. You got the white girl in Florida. She waited for 4 years. And then when the guy came out, he was only 24. No, he was in there for 8 years. He was in there since he was 18. And came out, and he still acted like he was 18.
Of course.
Because it's like time stops when you're in jail or whatever. And then you had a guy, his girl was like a model, like with some IMG or Wilhelmina models. Girl, she fell into the coke game and she got caught up and she got sentenced for possession and distribution. So she had quite a bit on her at the time. And she was sentenced for 6, but she got out in like 4 or something like that. So she was on probation when she got out. And then you have the other, there was this older lady, white lady. They didn't really show her too much. Her story was that she was a cougar. She was like 45 and the guy in jail was like 34. And of course she was sending him money, like $200 a month. I'm not trying to know that's profile, but I'm pretty sure she got food stamps. Yeah. Oh, God. I'm not trying to be funny. I feel like she did. I feel like she mentioned it one time. Like, or some type of benefit.
Right.
And if there's another one, yes, in Canada. That was the only couple where they actually met before jail. Yeah. But they were only together for like 30 days. And then he got in a fight at a bar. And he was sentenced to like 6 years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So like,
he did some damage.
Yeah, he did some real like hardcore damage. So, okay. So we're going to go to the Canada. It's probably the shortest story. He got out. He was very reserved. Like, he was pretty much traumatized by going to jail. Like, when people react, they don't think about the consequences. Yeah. And they never think that it will go that far with them going to jail, especially for a significant amount of time. So, he went to jail for a while in Canadian prison. I don't know if it's any better or worse. I feel like it'd be better to go to Canadian prison than in the States.
You'd be a little more mellow, maybe.
I feel like they're more polite.
Right.
Like, hello. That is not the accent.
I know.
Sorry, that was completely wrong. But, you know, and he had to go to a halfway house. And he was just like, okay, we gotta go. He was like, if I'm late, I get kicked out, I can go back to jail, and then have to finish my sentence. Right. Like, he was very, like, and she's like, oh my God, honey, I'm just so glad to see you, and give him a hug, and let's go to the movies and the moon, and he's like,
she had the itinerary ready. Yeah. I'd low-key be like that, too. We gotta go to the movies, we gotta go to the moon, I gotta make you my man crush Monday.
Right, it was just this whole, like, and the one thing that was common between all of them, the ones who did the waiting, they felt like as soon as the inmate got out, they were like, okay, I am due for what I waited for.
Right, my life starts.
But it's like they forget that their life is on pause, too.
So they got other parts of their life.
Yeah, they're like, I mean, I might want to see my family, or I might want to really just sit and ponder about me being in jail for X amount of years. I want to, get my life together because I
want to go see where the bitches are.
I want to go with my homies. I want to go to the strip club. I want to just not do nothing. Like, they're like coming out like, I need you to propose. We're going to get married. I waited all this time. Give me what I've been waiting for. And none of it worked for any of them.
Of course.
Just one. Two. And so, in Canada, she was like, oh, I'm doing wedding shopping. And he was just like, I'm not there yet. And he was like, I still have to go to halfway house. Like, why are you still trying to, do all these things? And so, when you're, I guess his probation, you have to let your probation officer know everywhere you're going for the day. Mm-hmm. And she sprung up a tuxedo fitting appointment on him. He was like, why did you bring me here? She's like, you're not excited? He's like, I have to tell my parole officer where I'm going, and this is not, it's like, well, I mean, we're not going to be here that long. I'm like, how selfish are you?
Right, because the minute he go back in, you're going to be lonely again. I'm so sick of being lonely every night while my man goes back to jail. I want to know how it feels to be
free. Like, it's like you're threatening his freedom. And he said, I still feel like I'm in jail because now I have to go to this halfway house and I still have rules. I still can't do what I want. I still have a curfew. I still have to tell somebody what I'm doing. Get up at a certain time. Like, I still feel like I'm in jail.
Yeah, it's not full.
Yeah, she just didn't get it. So she wanted this big wedding, and they finally talked. They got in a little argument, but they finally talked. He said, look, at least I don't want a big wedding. Right. Like, it's not really that serious to me. We can do. So they did wind up getting married. Yeah. They got married on some boat. It was just them, the dog, or whatever. So it was nice. He felt better about it. He wanted to. He just felt he was like so monotone. But I feel like he's one of those people, like him getting in trouble for the first time really put things in perspective. Yeah. And was just like, I don't want to ever do that again. And I think that's what he said. Moving on to the cougar lady. Her dude was like, yeah, I'm getting out.
So he been getting money sent him every month, so he just think he big shit.
Yeah, got that $200. Probably got another
direct deposit hit. Ramen noodles, here I come.
And hot dog water. Good old Joanne. Right. But yeah, she was sending him like $200 a month. I don't know how, but they were like Skyping each other. I really feel like,
I think in prison now, they have,
depending on what level of security.
I think they have like computer time, TV time.
Computer time. It sounds like Malachi.
Like there's a computer. I think I've never been in jail. Don't quote me.
I've never even had handcuffs on.
Right.
So.
I think there's like a computer room where I think people can talk. I saw it on a Lifetime movie.
I was just like, how are you seeing his face right now? Like,
how is this possible?
Aren't you supposed to be having privileges taken away from you?
He got a good 30 minutes.
That's scary. Do they have Skype minutes?
Maybe.
Huh. I wonder if Skype has like a contract with your prison.
Probably.
Like, you have one more air minute. Please get off Skype. And so she's like, yeah, everybody got to send him $200. She's like from Kentucky or something.
Of course. Oh, of course.
Dirty teeth. chipped teeth with the black ring on the outside. Like,
and you could have been taking that $200 and getting your
probably smoking like 2 packs a day. It was just one of those real,
so the prison man is probably an upgrade for her.
Yes. And she even had the audacity. She's like, yeah, I had my friend come and take some pictures, and, you know, we even altered it a little bit. She said altered. She even knows to say Photoshop. And she's like, you know, this is a lot. It was like some weird outfit with like a short black skirt, and her leg was up on the couch with some like cowboy boots on. And she was like, hey, like, but you can tell they like airbrushed her face. Right. She had like wrinkles all over.
Oh, at 45. Lady.
I want to say she was 50. I really feel like she looked 50 because she looked old.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, and she was like,
the idea of 50 and wrinkles.
And her friend was trying to tell her, you're like a trick.
Trick or treat.
And she was saying that because, excuse me, she was actually in jail before too. Yeah. She was like, I used to get letters all the time, and I would just send them back because I knew that they would send me money. Like, she said 95% of people in jail are talking to these people because they're going to ask you for money.
They are using what they got to get what they want. What do they got? Time. What do they want? Money.
What they really got is pencil and paper.
Unlimited notebooks. Come out of jail with excellent fucking penmanship.
You know what I need? I need a legal pad and a number 2 pencil.
Give me 2 legal pads, a pack of pencils, and a sharpener. Automatic. I don't want to be sitting there and trails all over my
I need that electric stuff. I need that good stuff while I'm in prison.
Need pencil shavings all over my cell. I don't like that shit.
I my cell up today. Oh my God. And so she was just trying to tell her, like, she's like, I did it. I had tricks and stuff when I was in jail.
Girl, I ain't mad. All you gotta do is write letters. Oh, I'd be a letter writing bitch.
Give me a phone all book. Of them get like a whole bunch of letters from random people.
So it's like, how did you even find me? How do you know?
There's this one, I'll get to them in a minute, but they have websites that are just for like meeting inmates.
You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. If I was in jail, my picture would be on a few websites. Send me something.
I mean, the whole sugar daddy thing I wouldn't do. But if I'm in jail,
oh yeah, by any means necessary.
I am all fucking
right. I'm all for the talk.
I ain't got nothing else to do.
Right, talk to me. I talk back. Like, no.
Call me. Wait, you can call me. Write me.
Call me. Beat me if you want to reach me. If you want to page me, it's okay. Whenever you need me, baby.
Call me. Write me. You only get beeped if you're on level 1. If you're level 3, no computer. No computer for you.
No. We know what you did last time you had a computer. That's how you're here, doing 15 years. Yeah. So I'd be a writing ass bitch.
Right?
I better not have no man.
I'm just cracking knuckles.
You cheating on me? I mean, I write letters, but
I ain't done nothing with nobody. And how can you really cheat? How could you cheat being in jail?
I write letters. I mean,
no one's had my cookies. Like none. No one.
Not even they paid for me to buy some cookies.
Remember that episode or that little storyline in Orange is the New Black, and they had this undercover dirty underwear thing. I'm pretty sure they'd be kept looking in the mail, but they probably would have had some whole like undercover panty thing where they send dirty underwear for like $20 to $50 a pop. Right. You know how much money that would be? Right. So weird. But anyway, back to the older lady. And she was like, yeah, I'm getting out of prison next week. And she's like, I'm just so happy. You know, I just can't wait to see you, babe. And yeah, he was like, yeah, meet me at the bus station. And she went to the bus station.
Oh my God. I bet it was desolate as fuck.
He wasn't there. She said, hey, and these 2 black guys, she was like, hey, y'all see anybody show up? I'm actually looking for my friend. She said my friend. My friend, he didn't show up. Yeah, he's a convict. He just got out of jail, and I don't know where he is. Do you think? They were like, nah, we haven't really seen anybody just like sitting around. She's like, yeah, I don't know. He told me he was getting out today. She was having this long conversation about her business. I don't need y'all knowing that I'm waiting for my convict boyfriend who I send $200 a month to. And then she had to wind up going back home.
You know what? He saved that $200 up for about a good 2 years and was like, all right. Peace. I'm going back to California where I'm rich.
I'm trying to get an apartment when I get out.
Right. Like, you didn't set him up to rehabilitate his life.
Literally. And so the next day or whatever, when she got in contact, she's like, hey, babe, what happened? I was at the bus station. You weren't there. And he was like, I don't know what happened. I was supposed to get out, but, still waiting to hear what happened. And a little clip on the end, it was like, she never knew what he She never knew when he was going to get out.
To be continued.
Really. No, their storyline was like, I didn't even see their storyline until like episode 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So it was kind of pointless for them to even be on there.
Yeah.
I guess they only did it because she was like sending these ultra photos.
Right.
Of her in this like really faded out black skirt with boots. But whatever. Moving on. So now you have... I almost forgot about them. This old white guy, and guess where he lived? In Oxnard.
Okay.
He lived in Oxnard, California. If you guys don't know, it's kind of like near
very wealthy
Santa
area.
Barbara. Yeah, it's not a cheap area. Like you thought LA was bad, go to Santa Barbara or County or Ventura
Go up
County.
that 405 north.
Oh God. Ugh. Or the 101 all the way up.
Yes.
But so he met his girlfriend. He was like 54. She was 39. He was 49. But he did look like he was 59. Teeth messed up, salt and pepper hair, and a messy ass ponytail.
Just not aging well.
No, not at all. Not at all. And she was like a hottie black girl, like a hottie Barbie.
Yeah.
And first of all, I was like looking at her like, what the fuck are you in jail for?
Those be the ones.
And I feel like she was on some like crazy ass shit. I want to say she was in for like drugs and probably like some paper fraud or whatever, like blue collar stuff. Like, and she would call like, hey baby, how are you? I miss you. He's like, hey baby.
Use what you got to
get what you want. All right. And she was seeing, like, pictures of her, like, no clothes on and using the sheet, that 100 count sheet to cover up.
100 count. 10 count in that bitch.
To, like, cover up her boobs and part of her vagina so you can just see the outside
of her curves. What? You in jail, And then she was having, like, they had... like videos of her having like a submitted, monologue in her cell. And I'm like, how did she record this? Who gave her the electronics to record this video to give it to RealiTEA-V? Right.
I was so confused.
Right.
And she's like, at the beginning, I forget what his name was. I'm just going to call him John. She's like, in the beginning, John was a trick. And, but I just like got really to like really care for him. So his friend, surprisingly black. I'm like, why do you have so many black friends? Like, it was really weird.
Yeah.
But she was like, kind of I don't know. She's like that black woman that other black women probably be like, you know what? I'm
never
cool
mind.
on you.
Cool.
She's probably more around white people.
Right.
Yeah. She's like one of those kind of black women with really, her braids were horrible.
Of course.
I felt like she needed to get her braids taken out like 4 months prior. Those type of black women never have
civilized hair.
Civilized. Never have civilized hair. Do. Like, she couldn't do her own hair, nor could she afford anybody else to do it, nor did she have any friends to do it for free.
Yeah, of course. Though.
Because there's a lot of black women who got people that can do it for free. Now, it can't be exactly what you want in the magazines, but...
It can get the job done.
It'll get your job done for a short amount of time.
No. Not those ones.
No kitchen. She probably didn't know any kitchen stylist or anything like that. So I was just like, what is going on with her hair?
Those group of women, never. No.
Can't trust them?
No. It's not even that you can't trust them. I don't think they, I don't know. Something about hair maintenance. They just, I don't need that. I'm going to go over here and hang with Susan and Karen. No, bitch. But you still need to go see Keisha to get you a flat iron.
She said Keisha.
Like, hey,
so a friend, he went to the store and was like, yeah, my girlfriend's about to get out. She gets out in 3 weeks. Because they were to say like, oh, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks left until they get released. So he went to the store and spent almost $1,300 on clothes for her. So she has clothes when she gets out. And she's like, why are you like spending so much money? She's like, how much money have you sent her? In like 2 years, he sent her over $20,000.
Can I just make up a profile lying to say that I'm in jail and I'm really not?
You know what? Because
write a letter, I will. I will have some Shakespeare sonnets up in that bitch. Like
sonnets.
Like Romeo or Romeo, wherefore fucking art thou Romeo?
And where's my $200?
To continue this sonnet, please deposit $50 bucks.
He sent her over $20,000 in like 2 years. And his son was older, like 19, 20. And of course, he's just like going along with it because it's his dad, but he's just looks so concerned about
He's like, as long as my fucking inheritance ain't touched.
I don't even know if he had that. Yeah. Because he sent it all to her. Probably. Or he probably had a will and it's like, you can get everything your dad left. And you're like, your dad left $100 bucks. Because he sent $20,000 to that bitch.
Oh, she'd be a dead one.
And so you could tell she had like breast implants before she went in. Maybe even got a butt lift before she went in. She was just, I don't know. She was special.
A hot mess who couldn't get her hair done.
Yeah. So he's in Oxnard, mind you. She was locked up in San Bernardino. So the day that she was supposed to be released, he drove from Oxnard to San Bernardino. Now, for people who don't know the reference, Oxnard is probably like 2 hours northeast of LA. Mm-hmm. San Bernardino is without traffic about an hour and a half east of LA. Mm-hmm. So you're driving like 4 hours. Yeah. And that's if there is no bad traffic, which there always is. So it probably took him like a good 5 to 6 hours to get from Oxnard to San Bernardino County. So he drove all that way. And he gets there. He's like, oh, I'm here to pick up someone. He was like, who? He was like, oh, an inmate. And told him her name. He was like, she's not on my release list. He was like, oh, that has to be a mistake. He was like, I mean, she's not on my list. I can call. So he called. He was like, no. I don't have anybody by that name getting released today. And he had to drive all the way fucking back to Oxnard empty-handed. And he had his son.
Y'all got a free cell or something? Because a bitch needs to spend the night.
we gotta figure this out. I didn't come all this way to be empty-handed.
So where am I sleeping tonight?
And his son went with him while he left and like pulled over and like threw up because he was so
heartbroken.
Yeah, pretty much. And the next day he called and then he was like, she probably wasn't even gonna get out today. I've probably been a trick this whole time. It's like, now you say that because she didn't show up at the gate
after you didn't spend $20,000. You didn't think about that maybe when you hit the $10,000 mark, while you in there buying
shit, the $10,000 mark. You should have did that when you hit the $1 mark. Like, I shouldn't be sending you shit.
You had 20,000 chances to realize that you were a trick.
Yeah. And that's what he said. It's like, oh, probably trick. So when she called the next day, he's like, baby, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. You know, they never came and got me and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. So the bitch lawyer called him. Mm. Nice
Lisa Bloom.
Not his bald man.
Lisa Bloom to the rescue.
Bald chocolate man.
Right.
He looked like he was good at attorney.
That he probably paid for. Because I'm like, if you get $20,000 in over 2 years, what are you doing in there?
You're actually correct. He did pay for her lawyer.
Yeah, see.
So the lawyer said, you need to come here. And I need to talk to you. So he went, talked to the lawyer. Laura said, the bitch ain't getting out. The bitch ain't getting out.
Because I can see the lawyer just extra professional. Yes, I need you to come to the office at once. I have a very pressing matter to discuss, and sit down. And then just post some Hennessy. The bitch ain't getting out. I see it.
I'm clearly over-exaggerating, embellishing
Still,
this thing,
goddamn
but
it.
I just felt
in
like...
my mind.
Yeah. And it was a black man, too. And he was like, I bad news, she's not getting out. In my mind, he was like, the bitch ain't getting out.
She's still there.
Apparently, she got caught. I guess they did a sweep.
Oh.
And she had drugs. She had a phone.
Just like Ruby Rose.
So all those interviews she didn't say, when he was like, oh yeah, she got in trouble because she had a phone. I was like, this bitch was doing whole interviews in her cell. Y'all didn't see her, and she's like posted up like, so yeah, I've been meeting him, and her legs crossed. It's like I think something's like wrong with her. She's like so used to manipulating people to get what she wants. So I hope
he kept a receipt for them clothes.
No refunds. Exchanges only.
Sucks if it's a women's only clothes.
It is. It was like a woman's boutique somewhere in Oxnard, California.
All your female friends, birthday, Christmas, here, gift certificate.
And he was like, yeah, on the phone. He said in his little side interview, he said he felt bad because he was the one that got her the fucking phone.
But not the drugs and the other.
He was like, I didn't get her drugs.
I didn't do that. That was me.
I don't know where that came from. Yo, $20,000 provided the drugs.
Like, what
they were like, hey, I trade you this bag of Coke for your Oreos.
Right.
Or I trade my Oreos for your bag of Coke.
Right.
Can we make that happen?
Right. Yes, we can.
How many Oreos do you need so I can get a bag?
A whole dozen.
Of that white powder. Of
12.
That cocoa.
Not 11. Not 13. 12. Double stuffed, motherfucker. Dude, you come around here with that single stuffed bullshit. Or I'll beat you with them. You'll get an Oreo ass whooping. Oh my God, Jill Talk is so fun.
So do you see how entertained I was watching this show? Because it was like, what the fuck am I watching? But it was so hard not to watch.
She ain't getting out.
This show was full of idiots. Every single storyline, there was at least one idiot. And he was like, all right, well, I mean, what is she looking at? He said, she got like 8 to 12 more years, nigga.
So, by your calculations, if $20,000, that's about another $80,000 to $120,000.
And you know this fool said he would wait?
I need to find his profile. I need to intercept. I need to get me an orange jumpsuit. I need to take a fake picture somewhere on this green screen and set up some bars.
How are you going to call them and say you have a collect call from an inmate from...
Even when he called me, I'll just be like, okay, hold on. You have a collect call from...
Roberta?
I won't have that shit set up. Hold on, boo. I got a phone call.
You should have your prison phone, which is he's the only person that has a number.
Right.
Then you have your regular phone. On your regular phone, you have that
recording. So as soon as he calls,
shut up.
You have a collect call from such and such institute or whatever it is.
Yeah. As soon as he answers, he's like, hello. And
you have a collect call. Do you accept? Yes.
Hey, honey.
Hey. such a rough day. That bitch Laura keeps fucking with me.
Laura. That sounds very prison-y.
Right? That bitch Laura keeps fucking with me.
And so after she talked with the lawyer, she
I gotta intercept.
Are you gonna wait? Are you gonna wait for me? Like, he was like, yeah, I'll wait for you. I'm like, really? 8 years? Let me tell you something. The only exception that I would make in waiting for someone, like my boyfriend or my husband,
is if the crime you did was to defend my life.
Yeah, pretty much. But I was gonna say, like, I know for a fact that you didn't do it. Like, there's just some, like, but then again, it's like, yeah, you can't really put anything past anyone. But when I get married, I know the person I'm about to be married ain't gonna do no dumbass shit.
Right.
Because I ain't about to marry somebody to do dumb stuff. So, like, it's a murder and you literally were with me and these people are trying to catch you up. Then I'm like, okay, I understand. I wonder if I can ask if I can have, like, sympathy penis while they're away.
I'd be like, look, you better get to writing them letters because I'm not about to be sending you my hard-earned money. No one told you to try to be a drug lord. But you didn't move selling bags of marijuana.
Oh,
and now you got 9 years because you don't want to rat on the homies. So, no. You better get to writing letters. Sending some pictures.
I mean, don't want to be a snitch, that's fine. But that don't mean I got to give you my coins because you don't want to snitch. You know, but whatever. Be like Karen Gravano. Is it Gravano? Gravano's daddy. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he decided to wait.
Wow.
And
I gotta find him.
But his picture is like, I mean, yes, if you're in jail, I guess you can't really be like, it doesn't matter what you look like.
At this point. Yeah.
Because if you're sending me $20,000, pretty much an average of $10,000 a year.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having $10,000 and you're in prison? Do you know what the fuck
you have no bills?
None whatsoever. You have no bills. You have free food. You have no bills.
Right. It's just going towards extras. Like, you know what? I don't want to eat this. I want some frozen chicken nuggets or top ramen or some cookies.
Yep, some of them do be having microwaves and stuff. And
it's like little stuff.
They be having TVs and stuff too. Because when I be watching Locked Up on MSNBC, is it called Locked Up? I feel like it's called Locked Up. They be having TVs and microwaves and but I guess it's like the lower security prisons. I'm pretty sure if it's maximum, they can't have any of that stuff. Don't get shit. But you know, if it's like not regular, there's nothing regular about being in jail. But just the lower offenses, then they can kind of have those privileges of TV time. But so that's enough of that story. Now we're gonna move on to the guy who was actually a Marine, which I found very weird. He went on some website and found this girl who used to be this great model, and she slipped up and got in the drug scene and wound up going to jail. And so I was a little like jealous of this chick, and I'm gonna tell you why. Why did her parents upkeep her apartment the whole time? Damn. The whole time. Now, she had a lot of money for modeling. Yeah. And she kind of did just like, let them use that to like help around their house and hers. But they kept her apartment as is for like 4 or 5 years.
That's love.
Isn't it? Mom and dad would have been like, fuck this, fuck your apartment, I ain't doing shit. You over here doing shit you ain't supposed to be doing. Right. I mean, that's just my Nigerian dad. He's just like, you do dumb stuff, I'm not about to help you do nothing. Right. But, so as soon as they were like, oh, you're going to be on probation, where are you going to live? My apartment. Right. All her clothes, her shoes, her purses, everything was still there. Right. So I was like, your parents really love you. And they're like Russian parents. Oh. So, I was like, I guess.
I can't do a Russian accent, but probably like, the little cocaine never hurts anybody or something.
You did like French.
I know.
British.
I said what I said. Okay. How I said.
And so he was weird.
Yeah.
The guy was weird. I mean, he was like a Marine, and you know how I feel about uniforms.
Yeah.
Personal story, whatever. But he was like, we get out, we're gonna, he didn't tell any of his family members that he was dating somebody in jail. He told one of his friends. His friends was pretty like, okay, all right, well, that's what you want to do, then fine. So she gets out of prison. They're finally together, and she meets the friend, and the friend just like ripped it, like let her have it. Like, I'm telling him that he needs to be careful for you because you just got out of jail. You have a drug problem, blah, 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 blah. And then his friend was like, the guy dating was like, I didn't see this coming. Like, he's been pretty chill the whole time. He's like, I'm just being honest. I've known him for 10 years. You just came out. They only knew each other for 6 months. So, within that 6 months, she got out. Yeah. And he's like, well, how do you know she's not going to use again? He's like, I never thought about that. I'm like,
I never thought
I guess since she was in jail and clean, he didn't expect her to get out and go back. But it's like, if they're not really getting any services to help them be clean. Right. They're going back to their same. I'm pretty sure she had stashes of drug all up in that apartment that she never moved out of. Can you imagine?
God. Never thought of that either.
If you are that much of an addict, about even alcoholics, when you watch intervention and stuff, and you try to take all the alcohol, and they go in the toilet bowl in the bathroom.
This. You know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
And they go in the toilet bowl in the bathroom, and they got a little one in the baggie, and they just they hide stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure she has some kind of stash in her apartment when she was like, "Oh, this has been here for the past 4 years. I'm pretty sure it's still good." Just sniffing, like. So then she started. He set up like. He went as far as like booking her jobs, like modeling jobs, because he was in Chicago and she was in New York or something like that. And he wanted her to move to him, but she had to get her probation transferred over. And so he booked her some modeling interview thing.
Well, kudos to him for not being a complete dumbass and being like, I'm about to drain my life savings, but I'll help you get a job.
Yeah, but he wasn't listening though.
Oh, of course.
Of course he did it because that's what she did before. Yeah. But she said, I'm not doing modeling. That's how I got started with drugs. And she said that more than once. Yeah. He was like, what else you gonna do? What else you gonna do? He was just like, I understand that you're trying to help.
Go work in a call center.
But I did drugs when I was a model. What do you like?
Well, what else are you gonna do? Shit, go work in a call center or something. Like,
I mean, I feel like he wanted her to like automatically start making all this money. Yeah. And when you're a felon and you're a drug felon, like, yes, there's not that much that you can do, but you're dumb to try to get her back into the space that had her starting.
That's like I just came out of rehab for alcohol and you trying to get me a bartending job.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You wouldn't do that with a normal person. Right. So, she wound up not showing up. And then he was like a parent because he was like, oh, I'm just here to see if my girlfriend made her an interview appointment. Like, why are you there? Isn't she grown? Yeah. He was like being real clingy. Like, you need to do this. I don't know if it's a military thing or whatever. And she called him like, I'm driving. I'm sick. I'm like about to throw up. So he met up with her. And then she was just acting real funny and weird. And then she thought she was pregnant. She took a pregnancy test. And she was like, I can't get pregnant. It's too soon. He's like, well, why wouldn't you want to be if that's what we're working towards? She's like, why we want a kid this soon? Like, and she wound up not being pregnant. And he met up with the friend again. The friend was like, you don't think she's back on drugs? He was like, I didn't even think about that. I'm like, you're for a guy that's supposed to be this
super smart
person. You don't think for shit. He was like an IT person too. So he wasn't dumb. And sure enough, she relapsed within like 30 to 60 days of getting out of prison. So she had to wind up going back to rehab. And he even told her like, oh, if she starts reusing, I'm just going to break it off. I don't want to be back. Sure enough, we get to the end. So I was in rehab for 6 months, and he's sitting right the fuck there. Of course. Because he feels like there's no other person that's not a felon or a drug addict he can be with.
I'm so sick of being lonely every night while my girl does her cocaine. I want to know how it feels to be clean.
To be clean.
Fuck, I love that song. Gotta add it to my playlist.
I know. You gotta find it in Apple Music or Tidal.
Right.
So that's enough about that one. Now we're gonna move on to the Florida couple. The chick was 26. She was like the most annoying person of all time. And I can remind you who this person reminds me of. I just can't say her name. Chick from work with the annoying voice. Just like that.
Okay.
See, I've always thought about my wedding, and since I was a little girl, and she met this guy, and she had been talking for 6 years, and he was in there for like some real thug shit, just thuggery. Yeah, and thuggy. I was watching Gotham, and Penguin talking about, oh, you want to do something for your thuggery?
Thuggery, dancery. All right.
And this thuggery. But it made me laugh because it made me think about thuggy. And so he gets out. She tells her dad knew she was dating somebody in prison, and Daddy wasn't having it.
Of course, not
one fucking bit. He was just not having it. He was like, I know what's going on with your ex-boyfriend, and look how that worked out. He was just
right. And
the whole time I saw her dad, I'm like, you know what, be a dad, because this is really a situation where you really have to be a dad.
Right.
And she's like, I just know I love him, and she would go and visit him like every other week or some bullshit for like 6 years or however long he was in prison.
That's the thing about parenting. It's slight sidebar. No matter how good of a job that you can do, there's just some cases where it's like, at the end of the day, your kid is still going to do what they want to do when they get of age. So it's one of them things like, I didn't fucking raise you to get an education and be a decent person, and you go writing men in jail. Why can't you just go to the roundup like a regular person
and get your dick sucked over there? Oh my God!
I raised you to just go to the Regency and find a married man, and
why don't you find like a nice Roger Bob?
Now you're writing these men in prison.
I ain't raised no fool like this. You could have any other cheat man you wanted to, but you go and find one in jail.
Not in my house.
Not on my watch. Better go away from me with this.
Mm-mm.
And so she's like, but I love him, and we're going to be together, and I want to get married. Mm-hmm. And so he gets out. Now, he's that white boy that just, if you didn't look at him, you thought he was black.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I was in jail for some stuff. And,
God, those are the worst ones.
Yeah, but I'm out. I'm out here. I love her. She been there this whole time, and she went and bought a house so that they can have a house and have somewhere to live together.
A white boy with a black man's attitude? Oh, I'm scratching by two. Like, oh.
Yeah, she bought a house. She was like, I did all I can. I bought a house. And she had like a French bulldog.
I bought the dog.
I'm pretty sure she took the dog and left.
Right.
After a while. But he got there. And of course, like I was saying earlier, all these people who are out, and when their partner gets out, they want them to do what they've been waiting for all this time. But then the people in are waiting to do the things that they haven't been able to do for the past 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Mm-hmm. So he gets out. He want to hang with the homeboys. So the first time...
Rolling with the homies. If you don't know where that's from, I do.
It's just... I just reminded myself going down like Normandy in LA. those one instances I was in the hood. I'm like, right. Let me get out of here.
But he wants to do hood rat things with his friends.
Sidebar, did you see he got arrested again?
The hood rattery continues.
Hood rat thuggy. Oh, God. Yeah, they had him on the news, like, the grandma, like, was pissed, and he got back in jail, and I'm like, he been really doing hood rat things with his friends for a long time. He was like 18. He's like grown now.
Cameras as his grandma. I'd be like, get. No, I'm not doing this shit again. Get these fucking cameras away from me.
Because then he steal his grandma car to
First, right? You would have been excommunicated from them.
Poor grandma.
That's when I would have to say, I would have to call my daughter. Keep your badass little fucking son away from me. I ain't babysitting. I ain't doing shit. Like, no. And I wouldn't have been mad at grandma if she would have said it.
Yeah, it was, anyway.
They would have to track me down. So you hear about your grandson? What that little fucker do? He back in jail.
He need one of them grandmas that be cussing you out and burning you with like cigarette butts. You don't get your bad ass off my counter. I'm going to burn you with this cigarette I got.
Right.
It's like one of those grandmas that my grandmother's nowhere near.
Yeah.
Anyway, going back to this wannabe black man. So the first time he went out and he stayed out past 2, she had a fucking fit. And I was mad, just like he was mad, because she was nagging with that annoying ass voice. Oh my God, do you know what time it is? Okay, so she got him a phone, right?
Of course.
It was an iPhone.
Of course.
And of course, he been in jail for so long, so he don't really even know how iPhones work.
Like an old person. What is it? Why is this message blue and this message green?
What is this circle for? What's that gray bubble thing? It just came out of nowhere.
Right. How do I send those pictures of people? What's that?
What's a selfie?
And it's moving.
How do you do a selfie?
What's a gift? How do I send people gifts? I didn't know you could send gifts through phones.
Why did confetti pop up on my screen? You just take your thumbprint like that? That's
right.
All. Oh, okay.
You sure was gonna recognize my thumb every time?
Oh my God, just ask all the questions. It's like, oh my God. But yeah, anyway, she got him an iPhone. And unbeknownst to him, she shared his location with her. Like, find friends.
Okay, continue.
So she knows where he's going at all times.
She's smart.
Right, yeah. And so while he's out with his homeboys, she's out with her friends, and she's like, I wonder what he's doing right now. Pulls out her phone. Oh my God, he's still there. He's still there. So all night while she's waiting for him to come back home, she's just staring at her phone.
I'm so sick of being lonely.
And he went to the strip club.
Who are my men?
Go down to the strip club. I want to know what it feels to be loved. To be loved.
Yeah, wow.
And he came home. She's like, do you know what time it is? You know, you can't be out all night, and I've been waiting for you for all this time for you to go to jail, and the least you can do is spend more time with me, and we can wake up together, and blah, 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 blah. She was really nagging. And he was like, oh my God, you such a bitch.
Just like a...
Yeah, he called her, straight up called her a bitch. Stop bitching. I was out with my friends having fun.
As you say that, that's when, you know what, I would have to pull in Nicki Minaj. All you bitches is my sons. This is my house, my roof.
That I literally pick out a mortgage. This is in my name.
No.
And so the next day, she was... I mean, I understood where she's coming from. She just went too far. Because if I were him, I would have just tuned it out. I'm like, and probably would have called her a bitch. She's like, you're bitching. I understand. I messed up. I'm sorry. So she's like, okay, all right. And then she's like, so when are you going to give me a ring? When are you going to... And then she did her interview. He's been out for like 2 weeks. And he still hasn't proposed to me.
Bitch, he ain't got no money.
He was like, and in his interview, man, I'm still trying to get a job. I gotta say money, then he wanted to find a job at some like taco place. Ooh. And she wanted a 1-carat diamond solitaire. You gotta
settle with some free tacos and call it a fucking
She said, my mom always told me that I should get a 1-carat diamond solitaire, and that's what I want.
Your mama probably also told you not to be fishing for men at the prison. So, don't pick shit. That applies to you.
You can't be with an inmate and expect him to get you the world. Like,
right.
Unless it's some millionaire crime person and they got money stashed somewhere when they get out.
In the Caymans.
Right. Like, there's no other way you can really expect anything of any substance from these people. Like
I said, baby, bring me some tacos. I ain't trying to pay for them.
I mean,
I'm cool.
People, it's love. Bring me tacos. I love you. So,
least you could do, nigga, living in my house.
And so she's like, well, you're getting me ring, and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, man, she want me to get her a ring, and I'm over here, still working at this place. And so he went to go look at rings. They showed him like a 0.7 carat and a 0.9 carat. And a 0.9 carat was like, I don't know, like 3,000 something. They jumped up to the 1 carat and it was like $8,000. It like doubled for like 0.1 carats or whatever. He was like, man, he's like, we can run your credit. He was like, man, maybe I can try to save a little bit more money because she want this. And then he was like, I'll just get her the 0.9. She ain't gonna know the difference.
Right.
Why she get that shit appraised?
Oh, of course.
You only got me a 0.9? Oh my God, I told you what I wanted all these years, and you didn't do it. That's what she sound like. And so he's like, I need to get to work. I don't have a car. He went to some place and got a car. I don't know how his credit was before he went into jail, but he was able to get the credit to get a car. Now, his payments were shitty, but it was like $400 or $500. It was like really. Yeah. He went to those little, those little lots on Slauson.
Now, right?
Oh, those little lots on Slauson.
We approve everybody.
Yeah, they have these credit, really bad balloons.
Bankruptcy.
Yeah,
with the flailing flower.
I fucking love those blowy men. Like this.
Blow with the wind.
It's like, come here. I'm fun out, dance in the air.
Like, am I supposed to see this and be like, ooh,
we should go here?
Like, it's a car place. You're not trying to attract 7-year-olds.
I know, right? They'll be like, ooh, look at that thing. That looks fun. Oh, there's cars there. Like, that's ultimately what they think they're doing. So he gets home and he honks and she looks out the window.
Just like an evil bitch. Who the fuck is this?
Who over here knocking? I did it at my grandma's house. Anytime there's honking.
Or anything.
And I look, I'm like, who the fuck is this person? Right. I don't recognize this car. Like, she lives in a cul-de-sac, so everybody knows everybody's cars. So if it's something like, who the fuck is this person?
Who are you?
And because it's a cul-de-sac, some people come down and smoke weed in the car. Mm-hmm. So I be peeking, like, who the fuck is over here? But anyway, she peeks out the window. She automatically has an attitude because the cameraman already inside. And she walks. She's like, you got a car? Yeah. He was like, yeah, babe, I got to, get to work. Like, I need a car, my own car. I don't want to catch the bus and stuff.
Right.
And she's like, in her interview, he over here got a car, and he still hasn't gotten me a ring. It's like, car for work, ring for what?
Your dumbass finger.
She's like, and then it was like, an older Nissan Altima. Yeah, it's always the Nissan Altimas that are up for sale.
They will get you.
It's like dubbed the whole car of the year or something like that because
the millennium.
Yeah, it's like, and it was like those classic 2002, 2003
big lights.
Why was it $400 or $500 a month? I don't know.
He had credit, just wasn't.
That interest must have been off through the chain. And she's like, I mean, I guess.
Right. And probably was like no down payment, no car note for 3 months or some shit like that. He was like,
the guy at the dealership, he was like, so we got this car, this car is $15,000, blah, 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 blah. And then we got this car is $13,000. He's like, what's your budget? He was like, my budget's more like $4,000. But then he wind up getting one with payments.
Yeah.
Which is how they get you. He's like, well, we can get you a better car. You just got to, get payments. Because a car for $5,000, $4,000, you not gonna get nothing special.
Yeah.
But he finally proposed to her for her birthday, and she had an attitude with him all day because he went out again.
Yeah.
And she was pissed. So she was pissed on her birthday. First, he had a little box of a gift. She opened it. She was like, "What the fuck is this?" In her interview, because it was a chocolate covered strawberry, but it was melted. And she was like, "What is this?" And then he got her a bigger box. It was like a ring and stuff. And proposed. She was like, "Oh, I'm finally getting married," and blah 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 blah. We're gonna plan a big wedding, and then they decided to elope because dad wasn't having it. He's like, "I'm sick of this shit," and he threw his milkshake on the floor. And she's like, "That was dramatic." Like, and she's like, "I want you to meet my dad. I think it's important." He was like, "I don't really care about her dad. I mean, I don't care about him. I just love her. I don't care what he say about me." Kind of one of those things.
You're right.
And so the dad walk up. He's like, "I don't want to be here. I don't feel good about this." Right. He was like, "What the hell are you going to do for my daughter?"
No fucks given.
None. He didn't care, not one bit. She's like, "Well, I just really think it's important my dad to walk me down the aisle, since I've been 6 and thinking about my wedding." And oh my God, Jesus. So they decided to elope.
And you probably didn't have the fucking money.
On the beach. In Florida.
Oh, okay. And
she was getting dressed in the bathroom of a restaurant.
Okay, all right.
And that's when it all hit her, like, this isn't right, I shouldn't be getting dressed in the bathroom of a restaurant. Like,
you should be writing inmates for companionship.
Right? This is not what I pictured to be my wedding, and I just really thinking about it. My family's not here, and
you doing beer budget shit, but got champagne wishes.
Right?
That's crazy.
She walks down the aisle, and she's like pretty much crying while she's like, he was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, I just feel like I want my family here. I don't think we're doing it right. I mean, please don't make me go through with this. Please don't." He's like, I mean, if that's what you want.
Right.
Sure enough, at the end of the clip, a little description of what happened. They pretty much broke up like a month later.
Of course.
And apparently, according to my friend, before the show came out, or before the show ended, it got leaked that he had a new girlfriend. And she was black. Right. Oh. So, but last and not fucking least, to end this show with a fucking bang. This black, I think her name was Andrea. Right. First of all, allegedly, and I'll tell you guys why I'm saying allegedly at the end. Right. Allegedly, she lived in fucking Utah. Ah. She was a black Mormon. Damn. And I found her storyline really weird because it's like, you're a black Mormon, but you're seeing someone in prison. Mm-hmm. And guess how long he was in prison?
15 years.
18.
Oh, Jesus.
But I think he was like 42 when he got out. Oh. So he had been in jail for 18 years. And she had been talking to him in jail for like 6 years. Right. So she had been lying to her white Mormon friends that the person she was dating lived in Canada. Oh. And he was some hotshot job. I'm pretty sure she was like, "Oh, he's engineering or whatever."
Engineering the cell.
Jail cell, that is. Right. And so these white Mormon friends decided to throw her a bridal shower. Now, her other black Mormon friend was like, "You're marrying someone in jail. Like, right. Why?" She's like, "Well, I mean, I know he loved me and I love him and I can't wait for my man to come home and blah, 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 blah." And I just kept feeling like, you're not a Mormon. There's no way that you're a true Mormon because you still have ghetto LA girl tendencies. Like, there's no way. Right. So the black friend is telling her, "You need to tell all these people, the truth." And she would be like, "Yeah, I'm a Mormon and it's just not the right thing to do by lying. And I've been lying to my friends. Okay. So she gets to the bridal shower and she tells her friends that, she's in jail. And then this one bitch named AJ, one of her white Mormon friends. Now, when I say she's that kind of bitch that you got to pop in the mouth because she say some real slick shit about black people, she said, oh my God, excuse me? He's in jail? I mean, why? Like, did he, murder anybody? Did it involve children? She's like, no. He's just in jail. I think he did, armed robbery or something like that, and it got him 18 years. Well, probably longer than that. Yeah. He just wound up being out in 18, because he was still on probation when he got out. Yeah. So he probably could have got, 20 years.
Oh, Jesus.
And she was like, is that your ring? Did he get that from, the prison, coin machine? And it just ticked her off and she left. Not even gonna lie, it was kind of funny. She said that. She was like, oh my God, I want to leave. And then I thought, he really, gave her money to go get a ring. Yeah. She was like, he would never give me no ring like this. This is a costume jewelry ring. So she went and got herself a ring that was costume jewelry, so everyone else knew she was engaged.
Poor baby. Oh, no.
She said, this ring only cost me $1.
Oh, okay.
So she has 3 kids.
Oh, those children. Oh, my God. CPS, step in now.
She has 3 kids ranging from 15 to 5.
Damn.
Remember that. 5. So,
well, I guess prison bay didn't stop her.
She wind up, leaving the bridal shower. I want to go home and blah, blah, blah. So, she lived in Utah. He was in LA County. Mm-hmm. She drove 9 hours. No, before she even did that, she bought him a car. So he can have a car when he gets out.
Okay.
She drove that car for 9 hours with her kids. No, I think she was by herself. She drove 9 hours to go and get him out of jail. He actually did get out.
Thank God.
And he was like, yeah, my name is, I'm going to call him Jerome because I feel like Jerome is so fitting. Yeah, my name is Jerome. My number is P22556. And I was in jail for 18 years. And he would say, cuz, and it's just weird being out because, these phones is weird. I've been in jail for so long. Had all these tattoos.
Yeah.
And she was just head over heels. And her kids, her middle daughter was not having it.
Yeah.
She was not fucking having it. She's like, I don't know him.
Right. He's you bring jail. This inmate in. CPS. Do something.
Now, let me tell you the fucked up part. She was like, well, when he gets out, you guys are finally going to have a dad. She was telling these poor babies that they were finally going to have a father when he got out of jail. And it's like, I don't know this dude. What do you mean that's going to be a father? She was like, that could be your husband, but that's not my father. But the baby, 5, is like the only one that really talked to him on the phone and stuff. She's like, where's my daddy? Where's my daddy?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was bad. And she's like, oh, God, I want my father. Like, I want my dad. It was just sad as fuck. So she forces the kids to meet him. They wanted no parts.
Of course.
Guess what? They drive back to LA from Utah. Why? Because he can't leave LA County. He was like, I can't really come up there. Can y'all just come down here? Like they're in freaking Northern California. Right. They're in Utah.
And you can't even afford a fucking plane tickets.
No. Not for 4 people. Because the kids included. So they go all the way to LA County to meet him, and they didn't want any
I would go to school, teacher. I need you to call somebody.
I would straight up manipulate the situation, say something weird shit. So I'd rather be in foster care than this bullshit.
Right. My mom bought a man home, and he said he's going to touch me tonight.
that will probably get the job
Straight
done.
up. He said he's going to touch me.
Well, you know what? He's been in jail, so it's probably going to happen.
Right, for 18 years.
Yeah. And so she's over here trying on wedding dresses and, oh my God, I look so good. Yeah. Yes, honey, yes. It's like, but then she'd be like, I'm a Mormon and I can have sex before marriage. And
but you got 3 kids. Okay.
And so, but then when they went to the car wash, he took his shirt off and covered the camera in the car because I guess she didn't want any evidence of her non-Mormonish, whorish ways. Mormonish. Let me just say Mormonish.
Oh my God.
Hoish ways. And so when they go to LA to visit him, he's like, yeah, I feel bad because I'm not telling her everything. I got to tell her that I can't come to Utah. Because the plan was for him to go move to Utah to be with them.
Yeah, she can't do that.
So she finally tells him, I can't come to Utah. LA County won't let me leave. She's like, what do you mean they ain't going to let you leave? I mean, your family is in Utah. He was like, they don't care.
Right.
And then he was telling his cousin, like, maybe I'll just go to Utah. He's like, do you want to go back to jail? Like, you really want to threaten going back to jail by skipping and leaving?
Right.
He's like, what if they show up at the house unannounced and I got to tell you, hey, they here and you all the way in Utah? And it takes 9 hours to drive. Like, there's no way. So he thought about it. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So he requested that she move to L.A. On the beach in L.A. while the kids are on the side playing. And she's like, I don't want to move down here. And the kids in the car were like, I don't like L.A. I like Utah better. You know, L.A.'s crowded. And it really is. It's like crowded and dirty and stuff compared to them. And she's like, I don't want to move out here. And she's like, well, okay. So she tells the kids, I have something to tell you guys. We're moving to L.A. That girl must have got up so fast and walked off. She's like, my friends are in Utah. He was like, you can still have friends while you in your Utah friends while you in L.A. She packed up her kids, her 3 babies, and moved to L.A. so she can get married there.
I want to know where the fuck did they stay?
What do you mean?
Like, how? Yeah. How,
I don't know, but all I know is that he was staying at his cousin's house, and they wound up having their wedding at his house. She was probably really needed to be on the Bridezilla show because she was being a bitch. She's like, this is my day. I'm reminding all of y'all. She's like, I don't care if your mom died. I don't care if your grandpa died. Don't tell me I don't care. It's my wedding day. Tell me tomorrow. And
You're right. I will tell you tomorrow that CPS will be at your door at 9 a.m. You unfit, stupid bitch with the ability to procreate.
And she was black. It just made us look bad. Like, it was just horrible. Us back. And she wanted these shoes. She had a shoe designer.
Of course she did.
And because she moved her wedding from Utah to L.A., and she had to plan in like 2 to 3 weeks, shoe designer was like, I don't know if I get to L.A. I had a family emergency. She was like, I mean, can't your mom understand? I want to say somebody was in the hospital.
Yeah.
And she's like, can't your mom just understand? Can you just come out here? She's like, no. And so she's like, these shoes I saw these shoes for $3,000 and she's doing it for less than a third of that. I want my shoes. I'm not getting married. I'm getting married because of the shoes. I'm not getting married unless I have my shoes.
Oh.
Tell me why the wedding was over 4 hours late.
Okay.
And then when she got the shoes, they were butt fuck ugly.
Of course they were.
They were like crystal clear platform heel shoes.
Of course they were.
With the strap that goes up to probably the knee.
Of course they were.
But you're wearing a long dress.
Of course.
So what does it matter if you have these shoes on? They were ugly.
Of course they were.
So remember that white bitch AJ I told you about?
Yeah, she showed up.
She was a bridesmaid.
Oh, even better. Okay, AJ.
And she said, yeah, I mean, I don't know where her husband, her fiance is. So many black people, I don't know which one it is.
Okay.
She also said, I mean, I smell just so much weed around here. I guess that's what you do with these kind of things.
Oh, okay.
And then she said, my husband's never going to trust me to come to a black wedding again.
Oh, okay.
When I say she really needs to get slapped.
Right.
She was one of those.
Wow.
Like, blatant, all the
just
stereotypes
ignorance.
possible. She was just throwing them out and just... She even looked like... Because, I mean, she's black.
Right.
Her now husband's black. And they were smoking weed outside. And I'm like, and you're supposed to be a black Mormon?
Girl.
Anyway, I said allegedly because apparently I felt like I recognized her.
Yeah.
Apparently, she made an appearance on Dance Moms with Abby Lee Miller.
Oh.
Because her daughter was a dancer. And they did mention that on the show.
Yeah.
Then my friend Danny was telling me about, she's like, yeah, she was on some other show. I Googled, she was on the show for like dancers. That wasn't Abby Lee Miller, and there was a promo with her and her daughter there. Like, hey. And the show started in Utah.
Oh, wow.
And then they had an LA version of the show.
Oh, wow.
And she had been acting for 15 years. And I said, that I feel like out of all the storylines, that was the most bullshit.
Yeah.
Especially when you seen them on TV. And I was like, man, she looks familiar. I feel like I've known her somewhere. That's because she did show up on Dance Moms, like maybe once or twice.
Well.
So if it is true that she married and uprooted her kids from Utah to LA for some former inmate that was like, he didn't even know how cell phones work. Oh my God, I almost forgot a tidbit before we close. He had a daughter.
Of course.
Daughter was like 20 or 21.
Yeah.
So she was like a baby when he went
Yeah.
in. He was like, I want to see my daughter. And she was like, I don't mind that he has kids, but I don't want to see no baby mamas. It wasn't that she didn't want to have any baby mama drama. She said, I never want to see their mother. So when they're out together with family and friends, he didn't know if his daughter was going to come. So she called him and said, hey, I'm coming. And then her mom was like, yeah, it'd be good to see you. She got so mad that she left.
Bye.
And she lied and said she had to do something with the kids and left. And then the mom of his daughter was like, I don't know what she's threatened by me for. She forgets I ain't been with him in 18 years.
I ain't seen him either.
She looked like one of the, she's either mixed or she looked like one of the white girls who would pass for a light-skinned black girl.
Yeah.
She was cute, not gonna lie. She had nice little hoop earrings, hair in a ponytail.
Right.
But she was like, and she would ask like, where's Andrea? She ain't here. She's like, why? Like, you just got out of prison.
Yeah.
And she was like, I pissed because she never wants to see any baby mamas. Okay. That is my husband, and I don't want to see anybody that slept with my husband before. Mind you, she said she's been talking to him for 6 years. Right. Baby girl is 5.
Right. So where did this kid come from? Mary.
How you doing?
Right. You don't probably have the option to see your baby daddies because they just took off.
It was a crazy. So that's pretty much the whole season.
Wow. Just a bunch of bullshit.
A whole bunch of crazy, crazy bullshit. But the sad part is that this shit actually happens.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like some of them were real storylines. Some of them were just, you can tell that like they weren't real.
Yeah.
They were acting.
Right.
But yeah, it was some crazy shit.
I believe it.
Crazy, crazy shit. But that's the end of our episode today.
Yes, it's been fun.
Our news. We've finally reached 350 followers on Instagram.
Yes. We've done it.
So that means we can finally do our giveaway.
Giveaway time.
So what we're going to do is do like an Instagram and Facebook Live in a couple days. Mm-hmm. We'll put on our social media what day and time. And we'll let you know how you can enter to win the wonderful prize that we've been having for like the past 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
No, probably like a month. No, since December. Yeah, it's been quite a couple months. And but anyway, you can reach me personally on Instagram and Twitter, Funmi and Snapchat, Ebony888. Facebook is also Funmi and B.
You can find me on Facebook, Roberta Smith, and on Instagram, Leave It to Be, just the number 2, and also Leave It to Be Living.
And you can follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram, RealiTEA_V. And you can reach us on our Facebook page, RealiTEA-V, no underscore. Mm-hmm. And then also follow our Facebook group, Tea Sipper Discussions.
Yes.
And we also have an email. Anytime you want to email us at RealiTEA, no underscore @gmail.com.
Yes.
So I'm Funmi.
I'm B.
And we'll talk to you next week.
Good night.
Good night.